Hey, Assalamualaikum. This is Sana from Dramalogue, and we're back again with another great review. And I'm joined by my buddy Sunny. She's back. She
Yes.
was gone forever, and she was just ignoring me, but now she's
Yeah.
back. So we're gonna be. Where did you go? Tell them. Like, where did you go on some
Oh,
spring break, right?
yeah, it was spring break. Last week was spring break, so the schools were closed and my kids were like, we can't stay home. We have to go somewhere. So we just went off to Utah. We started with
Yeah.
Vegas and then we ended up in Utah. Utah was, I mean, wanted to explore Utah because there's like some really good national parks there, right? And with like fantastic topography, like all red rocks, and the
Like,
topography is like mind
yeah.
blowing to Utah as well.
I've been there. When I went, I was pregnant with Aisha, so
Jeez.
and it was like my first
Oh,
trimester, and
oh my
Maryam
goodness.
was like maybe 4.5, I think, and Ibrahim was maybe 9.
Oh,
So yeah,
geez.
it was. But we did go to Zion National Park. We went to the Antelope Canyon, the Bryce Canyon. That's it.
Yeah, to Arches. Arches was also gorgeous.
Arches is really nice.
Be-
I've seen it on photos,
Beautiful.
like all the art. I think it's
Yeah,
gorgeous, right? Like it's just
it's
like
gorgeous.
how did I just say
How
like
did
Subhanallah, it's amazing.
they
It's
become like
super.
red stones? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can imagine that.
So yeah, okay. So let's just start off with
Yeah,
the
yes,
review.
that was a
Like,
long
oh my god,
introduction.
so it
Sorry.
was a long one. So we're gonna do Qarz Jaan right now. I know
Yes,
we haven't done it in a while, and a lot has happened, and there's a lot to unpack.
yes,
Basically,
yes.
Nashwa's mom is married to her I guess ex boyfriend, who's her husband now. Bisma, I forgot his name.
Asim,
Um, what's his name?
Asim.
Awesome. So she married him, and then so the only part that I missed was how did she end up getting married to Ammar
Mm,
Nashwa?
mm.
So can you just fill
Um,
me in on that one?
yeah. So that one they kept hidden for the longest time, although we were getting hints of it because you see Amar coming to her room and watching her, and she's like, "Why? What are you doing here?" Usually she'd be very, quarrelsome with him, right? Get out of here or something like that. But now you see a much more subdued Nashwa. And we're around Amar. Similarly, Burhan comes to her house and she's in the kitchen, and Burhan is like, trying to talk to her, and she's like, kind of like, giving him a cold shoulder. And Burhan is like, "You seem to have changed a lot. What happened?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Amar walks in, and Amar is very like, dominating in that
Acha.
situation, like,
So
what's
so
going
what
on
happened
here?
exactly? Like
Yeah, so you're getting the hints, like something has
so
happened.
okay.
And eventually, Burhan, tells spills his heart to Nashwa and
And then
proposes to Nashwa, and then Nashwa walks out that day. But then back home, you see Nashwa crying her heart out. That why
then
now? Why now? And then finally, Nashwa tells Burhan that oh
so
no,
how
no,
did
not
so how did she
Nashwa.
end up getting
Sorry,
married?
she because there was a clause that Barkat and Bakhtiar placed in front of her that we
Of
can allow
her. Why
of
her?
her because she was the one negotiating her mom's marriage with them.
I mean, her mom was an adult.
Yes. So this is the part that I don't understand.
I mean,
And
can she not just go to the masjid and get married?
that's what my understanding is, right?
Yeah,
Like
she can. I mean, she's an
once
adult.
you have a committed person who's saying that I will marry you and I'm going to take
Yeah,
care of you and your daughter. And you
exactly.
you trust him enough that you are ready to get
Yeah,
married to
of
him. You're
course.
just worried about what your spouse is going to think and what is your thai, whatever that Jate is going to think. But I'm like, why can't you take a step? And real woman empowerment is that you force your mom to take that step and get married, right?
Yeah, I mean, just say like, hey, let's just go and get married. Like, go to his house. Go, just go next door and get married.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call the
I mean,
Maulavi there, and you're
she
gonna
walks to that house all the time.
all the time. And
Just
she's
don't
like,
come back.
you have the right to get married. There's no
Just one
legal.
day, don't come back. What are they gonna
Yeah,
do?
yeah. I mean, illegally, you are allowed to get
I
married,
mean, yeah. I
right? So
mean, you
then,
cannot come back. I mean, what are they? What's the most they're gonna do? Call the
yeah,
police on you? I
exactly.
mean, like what?
I say what that she decided to get.
I mean, that
So
is so
that is
odd.
our take on it, right? But then from what I learned from Pakistani viewers, is like somebody who's led a very subdued life and all along, and in that South Asian environment, cannot get that courage to walk
I
out. Nashwa was the reason, right? And then the second problem I had was I mean, you're technically still Nashwa's guardian, right? So why
Yeah,
can't you take your daughter with you
of
and
course
not
she
leave
can.
them there? The reason Nashwa was not leaving with Bisma, which Bisma didn't know, was because Nashwa had already married Ammar, and so she is supposed to stay with them. But from Bisma's point of view, why is Bisma's like, "Na tum hi rahogi, tum akile kaise rahogi?" Why could she say
Yeah,
like, "Hey, you're coming with me,"
of
right?
course though.
So I didn't understand that part, and then I
But
don't
then, like,
think
why does Nashwa even need a guardian? Like, she's an adult, first of all.
that was my question. Like, why isn't the mother saying, "Hey, you're coming with me. Why am I going to leave you behind?" And there's no explanation there. But Nashwa is like, "Nee, maine chahiye rehne do, mujhe hi rehne do." So I didn't understand that part. So
Imagine.
one of the things that I learned from Honeza is like apparently in Pakistani society, women marrying at a later age is still not acceptable as widely, and it's coming
So,
into like prominence now. But for the
I mean,
longest
even
time,
if
it was
it's
still
not
not
accepted, who needs acceptance anyway?
that is my thing. Like you have this suitor of yours who's been
I mean, once you're
in
married,
love
you're
with you
married.
forever. Yeah, I did not understand this part to be honest, but there seems to be like a significant justification. So this is the clause that they put forward. I mean, Bakhtiar put forward, and although Ammar did not want to marry Nashwa, he was very clear about it. But still, he was blackmailed into this process. And Bakhtiar's motive was that A, the wealth will stay with them, and B is like he wanted to have shackles on Bisma. So Bisma is technically out of their hold now, but he still
And
wanted to
Nashwa, you
hold
mean?
her back. Bisma, his thing was Bisma हमारे अंदर रहना चाहिए, should be under us. But now
Acha.
that she has broken the shackles and got married and found herself a happy life, they could not take it. And they said the only way we can still, keep her shackled is by keeping Nashwa. So that is that is the reason those are the reasons why
I
Bakhtiar and
don't. I
Barkat
really do
did
not
this.
get this. And
But
then,
I
okay,
did not
so
get
fast forward,
Nashwa.
some, Ammar is she takes Ammar to for rehab, right? Or she
Yes.
tries to. So
Yes.
my other question was like, why did she not um take him to a psychiatrist initially? And
I think
when he did go to rehab, like, did he was he actually admitted as an
no, no,
inpatient in
no, no, no,
rehab?
no,
Then
no.
what
He
happened?
didn't. No. So she just said that I'm going to go somewhere, and she took Amar wasn't aware where she's going, so they just parked in front of this clinic, and Amar is like, "Are you serious? You're going to take me here?" And she was like, "Yes, yes, this is good for you. It's going to be good for anger management." And then Amar initially resists, and then he's like, "Fine." And as soon as she gets out the car, Amar just drives away. Leaving her there. That you hear Amar saying, "Are you crazy?" or whatever.
And
And then,
people
but
think like it's because of
there
this,
she
like
is.
that he became aggressive because of this.
Yes. So people think of like people are blaming Nashwa. Okay, you shouldn't have pushed him because you do hear Amar saying, speaking to
Yes,
himself
yes,
in the
Papa, yes.
car, or his voiceover sort of like recalling these
I know there's
things.
nothing in there, Baba. Well,
Hi, Uneja. You
Hi,
finally made it to the screen.
Assalamualaikum. Yeah, finally.
So we were trying to address the concerns we have in Qarz Jaan.
yeah.
So we're at the
So okay,
point where we're discussing Ammar now.
okay. So now we're in Ammar, and it's just like, okay. So something happens after. So he refuses, right? The rehab. वो तो खैर चला गया.
Hmm.
And then somehow he's against his brother-in-law,
Hmm.
and then the next thing is that he kills him.
Yeah. So basically, his dad is like, तुम कुछ नहीं करते, right? And
तो
then
दोस्त कहा कि मैं kill करूंगा. कुछ नहीं
so
करते तो मैं
no,
ये
so
करूंगा.
then the dad is now faced with this new problem at his work, where Assad, which is his own,
Brother-in-law.
that was his brother-in-law, Benisha's husband. He's apparently somebody who looks into fraud cases,
Yeah, yeah. Like
potential fraud.
construction rights. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he is with the cops and he's at their construction site and apparently putting some injunctions there because he's found something fraudulent there.
Uh-huh.
And that is a big problem because Bakhtiar doesn't know how to handle the situation because, yahan damad hai and then you need a project to go to floor as well. So then Ammar walks in and Bakhtiar is like, "Tum to kuch karoge nahi." He's like, "Okay, I'll handle this." So he storms out and you feel like he's going to do
And then he
something
handles
to
it.
handle it.
And then he
And then he
handles it.
handles it. And
Yeah.
then, and it was like, bizarre. So I have no sympathy for Ammar.
are we told like what his diagnosis is? What are we assuming him to be? Is it is it's a personality disorder, okay? Is it antisocial? Is it borderline? Is he a psychopath? Is he just I mean, it's not just anger issues, right? Because that is like those intermittent explosive disorders. You're not violent, right? Schizophrenic patients are not violent. um Hi. So the people who have personality disorders can get violent and have show no remorse
Hmm.
or guilt
Hmm. Hmm.
whatsoever. But then he did show remorse at the end of this last episode that I just saw, because he had tears in his
Yeah.
eyes, and that is so, to me it was the writer and the team is trying um, uh, to gain sympathy, or like invoke sympathy for Ammar from the audience,
Yes. Yes.
and that is so wrong.
And the reason they're saying is because he has been bullied and by his dad all along, and he
Okay,
grew up in
people are
this very
bullied.
toxic
There's so
environment.
many people who are bullied in this world.
Yeah, and Huneza, you can vouch for this, right? Like,
I mean,
we have a patriarchal society in Southeast
यहाँ पे
Asia.
नहीं, हर जगह. I mean,
Boys
India,
That's
get
what we
treated
were
by,
talking about in the
there are kids
beginning,
in
right?
war zones right
yeah,
now. Hmm?
yeah,
There are
yeah. I
kids
mean,
in war
boys
zones
get
right now. They're
treated
ki-
by,
do you think they will all grow up to become murderers
yeah.
just because they saw
He's a
something?
he's a real criminal. With
He's a
Maheen,
criminal. Yeah,
we
exactly.
didn't see him remorseful at any point of time
No,
after
no, no,
Maheen's case, right?
no.
His body language with Nashwa after they got married, there was no sensitivity anywhere,
Was
right?
it marital
Even
Yeah,
rape?
right,
exactly,
even there
right.
was
No,
a whole
so that
scene
means
where
that he
his
has a
mom kind of
personality
counsels.
disorder.
This
So he
is
had
personality
this
disorder,
anti-social personality disorder where you cannot have a
right?
bond with people.
Right, and yes, exactly, and yes, it probably needs treatment, but
It
the
needs to be.
fact,
It can be. You can control yourself with like therapy and medications,
yes,
and also drugs can exacerbate it. But not every single person who has personality disorder murders. So
right,
obviously,
but
like,
then here's my question: if somebody has personality disorder, does he or she realize that he is in trouble and walks into a clinic to get treated, or somebody has to guide him there?
it depends. Some people just know that, like, you know what, this is something wrong with me, and I need
Yeah.
to correct myself. Like, we have suicidal ideations, we have homicidal ideations. I think I'm gonna do something
Oh.
bad. So please help me. Yeah. So they have that
Oh.
conscious, and this, they're like, you know
Oh
what,
my God.
I think
Okay.
I'm gonna hurt somebody at home.
Oh, interesting. So
Yeah,
they do seek help. I mean, there's
they do.
possibilities.
Yeah, they'll say like they'll be like, you know what, like I know I'm gonna do something wrong, so I need to like be here.
Yeah. Because in this whole scenario, the only person who kind of thought of it in a clinical way was Nashwa.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else thought of him in a
Yeah.
clinical way, right? Vanessa, what was your point? You had an important point.
I mean, now it's just, oh yeah, go ahead, Honeza.
Yeah, no, you are actually. I had a point over here as well that in our Pakistani society, these kind of personalities are so common that they are not considered and treated as
It's
abnormalities or something like that. Like most of the
Mm,
people, most of the men in our Pakistani or Indian society, maybe also, I'm not pretty sure about that. But the guys are like truly insensitive, and they have kind of lack of emotional intelligence, I might say,
mm,
and
mm,
this is
mm,
considered as
mm.
a very normal trait. So it's not,
Oh,
how
wow.
can you treat something when you cannot admit it that something is there, some problems there? It's
Yeah.
very common,
I
and
think,
that's what's
Mm,
happening in the drama
mm,
as well.
Honeza, like I'm gonna
mm.
disagree with you on this, because if that was the case, every single person will be a murderer in Pakistan. There will be like murders, like right, left, right, you know,
Well, they
everywhere,
have shown
every
the
day.
extreme case here. They have shown the extreme case here, but like in a very normal
So
level, this
that
is
is
all
not
happening.
personality disorder. Then that is not personality disorder. That is just like, that is like an outcome of frustration. That is
Yeah,
depression. So or bipolar disorder, schizophrenia
yeah.
maybe, but that's not personality disorder.
Yeah. But,
And what you
I'm
say
kind of,
about Namir, what you say about Namir Khan, Ammar Bakhtiar, that he is like having kind of that thing, right? Which
He
is
has,
not
yeah, oh
addressing
yeah,
it.
he has personality disorder for sure. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, nothing stops him from committing a crime, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, it could be that nobody has ever corrected him, but that's not the case. I mean, he has a
I mean,
loving mother who tries to counsel him. He had a loving sister as
you don't.
well. You have quite a bit of love in the family, and you have a pampering grandma on top of it. Your dad is little, abusive and all, but then who is not in a South
I
Asian?
mean,
Just saying,
Sometimes helps come from within. If somebody wants to change
yeah.
himself, admit that he has a problem or she has a problem, irrespective of gender, there you can do something about it. I think Namir is not at all addressing this thing inside himself, that it's something that is destroying his own relations with the people. So how he can, fix that thing?
because he doesn't have that thinking capacity right now. And then you know what?
Yeah.
And then maybe possibly like the drugs that he takes has exacerbated. Like
Yeah,
it's not helping him
yeah.
think cognitively. But then you know what? He committed the murder. It's him. Like he's the one who pulled the trigger.
Culprit to wo hai.
But why would you blame somebody
Where
like for
is
your
the
thing?
sympathy coming from? I mean, just
Yeah, I
because
don't
my
know.
father is abusive, that doesn't give me the license to
It's
go on and
just like
commit murder.
Honeza might and I cannot even see Honeza, but Honeza might so Honeza, you know how like some people may say like the shaitan made me do this. I didn't do it. Shaitan made me do it. The sages,
Yeah,
made me
this is
commit.
another
No,
loss.
you did it yourself.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
exactly.
mean,
And one after the
the
other. It's not like,
the Satan,
Putting
like the
blame,
shaitan.
they usually find out people to put blame over them.
Yeah, the
exactly.
shaitan, yeah, whispered in your ears, yes. But then it's not like you will do it. If your friend tells you to do something, like, are you gonna do it? No, right? I mean,
Exactly. Yes.
And in our society, another thing is very common, that is domestic violence. So most of the people says that we did it in anger or something like that, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter actually, because you don't do it
Good
with your
point.
mother, you don't do it with your sister. All you do
Very
is
good point.
your wife
Yes.
that you consider your commodity as. So
Yeah.
I
so
think this is a
domestic
major.
violence is everywhere. Like, it's just not like South Asia. Like, it's here too,
Yeah, it's everywhere more or less. Yeah.
everywhere. Now he's dead. Assad is dead, right? And then what happens next is what happened so in the latest episode we saw that they just Binish ke her in-laws kicked her out of her house and kept the baby,
Mm.
which like I want to ask Honeza, like I mean there is apparently it's a 2-month-old baby, he's breastfeeding because she said कि वो दूध मांग रहा होगा, right? So we're assuming he's breastfeeding, so illegally they cannot keep the baby away. So why
Yeah.
can't they just go and say, okay, well, we're gonna call the police, give the baby to us?
No, I think in our society it's considered as, most of the adult of the family, elder people of the family, they take care of these kind of matters. So they don't go to that extent. It's not pretty common.
Why not? I mean, they went to
It's not
the other
common. It's a
the
norm.
in-laws
It's a
went to that
norm.
extreme.
These kind of matters are dealt among the family members, and they don't let anybody else to help
I
and
mean,
to
but they're
take the.
they're asking them to take Ammar to prison. So obviously, police is already involved.
Yeah,
Amar
they.
was just apprehended on site.
Exactly. The police is already involved in this case.
Yeah, but then I think what Hanesa is trying to point at is like it doesn't occur to you being raised in that society and environment that this matter can be taken to the cops and can be legally battled. And I also don't know if there's a legal law in Pakistan that you
Yeah,
can't
there
take
is.
a.
Yeah, you
Is
cannot
there? Is
take
there
the baby
one?
There
away.
is,
Okay.
by the way. There
Yeah,
is.
no, there
There
is.
is.
Even here it is. Yeah, like
Maybe
if
they
you
will
can.
show that. Maybe that's what they will show then. I mean, I'm
I
hoping.
mean,
One can only
मुझे
hope.
नहीं पता ये कौन सी. I don't even
This
know
can
the
be taken as
purpose of
a
this
weakness
drama.
in the plot. This can be taken as a weakness in the plot, that they could have clarified a lot of things at the point, as the main character is a lawyer, so they should have
The
clarified these
Lord,
kind
she
of
should have said,
information.
you know what, like you cannot. This person, they cannot take the baby away from you.
Yes, maybe that's what
Yeah,
she
they
will
did.
fight for. Maybe.
She should have said it
And
right then and there, just like I said it right now. I mean, like,
no,
why do you have to
you
wait?
don't see the lawyer Nashwa very active suddenly.
I
You
mean,
see a very dormant Nashwa.
I've to me, like, what's the purpose of this drama?
Actually, Sunny ma'am and we were talking exactly like that before it. And there I have noticed one point that Qarz, the main title of the drama, is basically that she's paying for the happiness of her mother. Like in our society, to have our own happiness, somebody has to sacrifice. So I think that is the main purpose of the drama, maybe, because not everything is like happening in such an easy way. That's maybe
Yeah,
the
but therein
main.
lies the fault in the thought process also, right? Maybe, I mean,
This
I
is a
saw
flaw in the
this.
writing then.
So,
Because even
because the
even
mom can
even in
never be
Islam,
happy.
hmm?
Yeah. The mom, even in this arrangement, the mom can never be happy, right? How
Yeah,
can she ever be happy knowing that your daughter sacrificed herself for
yeah.
you, right? So it's a loss situation here. Wasn't it thought through by Nashwa? Maybe you can say that she's too young to even think it through.
अच्छा ये young है लेकिन वो young नहीं है.
कौन कौन
Iman
young
young नहीं है.
है?
Oh my god, you are
No,
so
I'm
biased.
saying what I mean, because I had raised this question in one of the YouTube videos, and I got a
How
lot
you
of
link up the
feedback that
things, huh?
was that
How did I link this?
How she linked up both the things.
she defends Iman with like tooth and nail.
Person.
Say something against Iman.
I mean, I'm just she's a lawyer, but okay.
Yeah, she's a lawyer, and
मैं
but
क्या बोलूं
this
मैं
was the
मुझे कुछ समझ
explanation
नहीं
a
आता.
lot of people gave me was like, well, Nashwa didn't think it through because she's still young, right? So this was
I was young for what? Marriage?
to have thought through that, कि mom तो कभी खुश नहीं रह सकती, you
But
know.
you know, this is a flaw in writing ना. नशवा की थोड़ी fault है. नशवा का character की तो. I mean, this is the writer's fault.
I mean, for me, the
But the
problem
writer
is
is an adult, right?
just like Sana mentioned, what is the purpose of this
I
story,
mean, the
right?
writer is an adult, right? Writer is how old is the writer?
I don't
I
know,
mean,
but for
Rabia
me, if I'm
Ladakh.
watching it as a woman empowerment story, तो empowerment तो हुआ नहीं,
empowerment से
like
पता है किसकी है सिर्फ बख्तियार आंटी की.
बरकत
She's the only empowered woman in this drama.
By the way, he's a
She's the strongest.
fantastic designer, Deepak
She's the
Parvani.
strongest woman
Oh
ever.
yes,
She's
yes,
really
yes, yes.
strong.
But
Okay.
she's like undisturbed, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Unperturbed,
Her
like
daughter, her
तुम्हारा
granddaughter's
दामाद
coming,
गुजर
and then
गया,
she's
मतलब
out of
मार
it.
दिया गया, and
हाँ,
you're like
and she's
जिंदा
like
वाले के बारे
पर्दे
में सोचो.
बेपर्दा होके आ गई हो तुम यहाँ.
and, and you're telling the your son के like अच्छा वो तो मर गया, उसको तो इतना ही जीना था. हाँ, he didn't die a
I
natural
mean,
death, man.
ये होती है women empowerment. ये
She's a
दिखाएंगे.
criminal
I
herself.
think
She
this
should be in
this
jail.
drama is not about women empowerment. It's all about maybe to deal with the circumstances. Sometimes the things are very entangled, and that's how happen in the big families. This is very true.
It's not
This
even a
is
big
very
family यार. छोटी तो family है. इतने तो एक तो बच्चा है सबका.
no, no,
It's not
big
even a big
family in the
family.
sense like they have like relations
A
and they
very
are under the
traditional
societal
family
pressure
and very
in
traditional
that terms,
family.
not
Yeah.
in terms of like the uh, quantity of members or amount of members, but overall the societal pressure over the characters is quite massive.
I mean, I don't understand the societal pressure. कौन सी society? मैं तो नहीं देखा
No,
किसी को
but
उनके घर में आते हुए. I mean,
it
nobody ever
exists.
came and just
Qarz
like
Jaan is has some flaws in the story
some.
for sure.
I mean, नमीर का जो जो villain जो है,
Huh.
वो villain ही नहीं बना रहे इसको.
There's confusion in the writer's head about
You
who this
know, I saw
person is.
another
And if
review.
you're
I
trying
I
to
think I
sell,
messaged it to you, and she's saying, "Oh, I feel so bad for Nameer."
oh, yes, yes, yes. A lot of them. I mean, I have seen a lot of comments like, so if you're
I mean,
bullied like this
are you
by your
gonna feel bad for
abusive
every
dad
single
and
person? Like Hitler को भी शायद हुआ होगा abuse. Okay, उसके लिए भी.
But
huh,
I
why
mean,
you feel
yeah.
why are you feeling bad about Naveed? Nameer, sorry.
Ammar,
Yeah,
Nameer
there are
नहीं.
a lot of
Ammar
people are.
Bakhtiar
They're
and
like
like
they
Nameer Khan, why do you feel bad about that character?
No, not me. I'm saying like people
you should
are.
not be, right? Like,
But
in all sanity.
but
But that's
but the
how
writer is trying to
people
invoke
are
sympathy because
perceiving.
she is trying to invoke sympathy. Because मुझे भी feel bad हुआ when I saw the tears in his eyes. I felt bad. Then I realized I'm like, no, people. It's him that who did everything like this, and the fact that they're showing remorse is wrong with the personality with personality disorders. तो ये तो
he,
दिखाना ही नहीं चाहिए था ना.
मतलब नमीर के कैरेक्टर में कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं है. Like what
Consistency
is
नहीं है, exactly. It's not
what
a
is
well
he?
researched character.
Yeah, like you see this guy who listens to who sits with your mom. The mom is counseling him
No,
about
ऐसे नहीं
marriage.
होता.
He quietly listens to her and walks out. Kisses her forehead and walks out.
Yeah.
Then walks into her room and starts misbehaving with his wife.
So, I don't know if
Consistency.
you
What was
watched
the whole
the
purpose?
narcissistic movies in Hollywood. Like J Lo ki bhi hai. I don't know if you watched that one where she's a
Mm,
domestic
mm.
violence.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know that guy, right? So he was always like that.
Yes.
Like the way
Yes.
even in the restaurant, like initially when they met, they like he manipulated, right? And that's how
Right.
they
It's
met. So they
and
were all he was a
anger
consistent
issues भी
character.
जिनको है वो लोग का anger burst होती है and then they realize the mistake, right? Just for example, if it was an anger management issue कि उसने shoot कर दिया, but immediately he would have realized कि मैंने अपने अपने
And
अपने
then he would have
जीजा
like
जी को shoot किया
called
and
the
this could
ambulance.
have serious repercussions and he would ask for help or something,
And,
right?
and he would call paramedics. He would not
Yeah, किसी
call
को तो help के लिए
he
बोलेगा
would not
whatever.
call his sister and say all those things that he said like a psycho.
And the body language, he throws the phone on the corpse, like which
Yeah.
is like very disgusting body language था. And then उसके बाद उसको दिखा रहे हो कि वो बेचारा अकेले बैठा है prison में डर रहा है from the other prisoners and you're supposed to feel sympathetic for him. No man,
He's
I
gonna come out and do
at
it
no
again.
point. Yeah. Yes, he will do it and he's been doing it. He's
Yeah.
consistent
The
with his
Mahin ko
act.
usi ne mara, right? He raped her, he killed her.
Potentially. He definitely raped her and he videoed her and he blackmailed her.
And,
All
and
of
and he
these were
left her to
criminal
die.
act. Left her to die. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
और
know who
क्या
killed
चाहिए? और
her.
what else do you want a person? I mean,
Huh.
he
And in
never
that whole thing, there was not
he
a
never
single
felt remorse
drop
like
of,
for his actions
there was no
ever.
remorse. Never. He never showed remorse. And then even this, with till the point that he killed his Jija, there was no remorse.
No.
And then, yeah,
Have
you
you
see
ever
him
seen him
crying,
like
and for all you know,
like
he might
hug
be
her
crying
baby?
on his own fate कि मैं यहाँ prison में क्यों बैठा हूँ मुझे मच्छर
So
काट
let
रहा
me
है.
ask you this: like, have you ever seen him like hug her his sister's baby?
He was never
Hold her.
there. Even when she was in the delivery, everybody else came, but he never came.
See that's what I'm saying. Like, so he doesn't have that connection even with his sister.
No. The
मैंने
only
कभी नहीं देखा
connection
कि
he has is with his mom, but that doesn't even translate into anything positive,
yeah.
ever. So it's
I mean, he's
really
never hugged,
disturbing.
not even once, his own sister's kid. Come on, man.
हाँ.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
छोटा
He was
baby.
not there. वो शादी में भी नहीं आया, उसमें भी नहीं, like
I
शादी
mean,
के
like,
बाद जो रुखसती होती है, whatever. Everybody else was there, even the new cousins. So
yeah.
you see this pattern in Ammar, and then suddenly you see him defending Nashwa with against his own friends, right? Huh? Where is that coming from?
Yeah.
Then you see him having tender moments with his mom. Where is that coming? Why? This is so
Why?
conflicting.
This is like trying
So
to like invoke sympathy for him.
yes, 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 and
For a villainous character, which is wrong totally.
yeah. So that is another disturbing element of her
And then
design.
empowerment मुझे तो empowerment कहीं नजर नहीं आ रही.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking maybe they're trying to show empowerment with a lawyer,
But I
girl.
think there is a lot to come. It's not too
Like 30
too.
episodes, man. Like, what's the launch?
At this point, if you are an educated lawyer, your actions should not be what Anashwa's actions are, right? In my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. I should be seeking legal path to give my mom what she deserves, right? I would be going all way consulting with senior lawyers. I have access to them, and I find every possible means to give the legal right to my mom because she
Yeah,
deserves it.
I agree with this. That
And for
when you know
myself
the
as well,
rules,
I'll stand up for my own legal right. I can't let anybody blackmail me. If this was a high schooler girl had no idea where to go, how
That's
to get her
different.
help, that's different. You are an educator. You
अगर
have to
ईमान
fight.
होती तो वो different था.
Huh? Iman ke case mein I would agree. Like
Yeah,
she has no
exactly.
clue where to
She doesn't.
how to
Yeah,
seek
she
help.
doesn't even have anybody like that. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't even have money.
Right. Then what is the point of showing Nashwa as a
Lawyer.
practicing lawyer? Don't show it. Show her as a university student still trying to understand life. It's fine. Then her
Yeah.
actions would have made sense. The moment you make them a professional or aspiring professional, you are taking away the tools we're giving for women empowerment and
I don't know if you
nullifying it.
remember, like initial episodes when there was a scene that I disagree with Nashwa. She's like, oh, jo the women jo ke ghar mein rehti hain, I don't agree with them, who stay at home and just cook and they don't go out to do anything. And I was like, no, 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 like, if a woman wants to stay home and wants to cook and clean and that's fine. That's her
Yeah.
choice.
Hmm.
Like she
Yeah.
doesn't have any right to decide what is like empowerment for the other person, right?
Right.
But like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
That
now
was
like
yeah.
she's herself like that person.
Yeah.
So what happened?
She's all because she wanted to give her mom a better life. Fine, but then couldn't you have found other legal avenues for that, or so
You don't even need
um
anything, yaar. You just
yeah.
run
I
away.
mean, look at
Um,
Arshia, right? Arshia fought tooth and nail to get her mom the legal rights
in the
that she
Aspas,
deserved,
right?
right?
Come look,
Iraspas,
yeah,
right?
exactly. That is a character. That is
That
woman
is a
empowerment.
real empowered character. ये क्या दिखाने जा रहे हो मुझे? And she's not even like
Aspas was so
a
good, right?
lawyer or
Like it was
anything.
better than much better than this.
Yes,
I
of
think
course. I
I think
mean,
empowerment has got. I'm sorry to interrupt in between. The conversation was very interesting, and I was really listening to the points. I think empowerment doesn't mean status of your designation over any field. Empowerment
yes.
comes when you are nothing. Also, we have seen in a lot of dramas like in. It doesn't matter if you have money or not
No,
or
of
stuff
course not.
like that. Courage, I think the more courageous you are, I think this is the message of the story, maybe, that it
No, it's
doesn't matter
not.
if you
No.
are a
नहीं
lawyer.
नहीं
नहीं
that is
नहीं
not
What?
coming
what it's
across.
not. बिस्मा को देखो अभी तक चू 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 करती है चूहे की
हाँ,
तरह.
even though her husband is saying कि मैं हूं ना, बिस्मा को तो मैंने छोड़ ही दिया. Nashwa herself, she had to succumb to a blackmailing. Like when women
चू चू चू
empowerment,
चू
she
Yeah,
चू
was
चू
doing
करती
that.
that's
है
what
चू
I'm
चू
saying.
चू.
That it doesn't matter if she's a lawyer or anything, but it's if the courage
Yeah,
is not inside herself, then it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
That's maybe shown. Like as a woman, you should have courage inside yourself.
yeah. To fight,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, to
No, तो
fight.
नहीं है
But
इसमें.
that is not what they're portraying. They're portraying Nashwa as a very courageous woman. Everybody's saying it over and over.
See
Nashwa,
No,
what
she's
I've
not.
Nashwa is
told you
courageous.
before
Nashwa is
this
courageous.
video. I've told you na there was an actress. She said if the women are gonna cry in any play, that is a successful play. So they are making this thing like for
Yeah.
Nashwa, everybody is gonna feel bad. Oh my God,
No,
poor
but
baby
she's
and
not even
stuff.
crying. वो रो भी नहीं रही है वो तो.
But we are
नहीं,
crying now.
नहीं.
Why
She
she's
has
not taking a
accepted this
stand on it
reality. कि This is my
by
But she's
herself?
reality.
not crying.
And the worst is
Be
she even
like
tells her
be
mother,
respectful.
maybe Ammar is not that bad and maybe Ammar can be corrected. This is after, as a lawyer, you know that he's committed crime.
That he raped someone.
And he raped someone. There's a crime that he's committed against a woman, and yet you're saying कि उसको माफ कर दिया जा सकता है. Like, are you
हाँ.
serious? And then this is where I had serious problem with Qarz Jaan. And it's time for us to wrap up. So on signing off note, final comment, Sana, on
The
Qarz
final
Jaan.
comment is like, I do not understand the point of this drama. If somebody can make me understand what it is, then please let me know. If it's just, I don't know. I mean, it was supposed to be like something really amazing, but it's not.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Yeah, I have issues with the character developments of like Ammar, Nashwa. I'm not able to understand them.
Yeah. And then
Um,
one family, one person who was happy, you just killed them. Like you
yes,
cannot let anybody like be happy.
and that was a truly empowered woman, and
Yeah.
her
वो जो
husband
थी
gave her the tools to be herself and
yeah.
enjoy her
So
life.
why do you have to kill the one nice person in the drama?
Yes,
One
My
nice
yeah.
personal
family.
Like when
opinion
Azza
about
said for tear jerkers.
yeah. Yeah, my personal review on this drama is like the director himself is the one who makes film. He has directed films as well. So he has brought the plot of films into the drama, and that's kind of pretty illogical for the drama viewers. Like we are
Hmm.
unable to comprehend it, like which kind of character they actually want to highlight. It's
Yeah.
kind of
Hmm.
confusing. So it happens in the film mostly because the film has long duration, right? It's easy to comprise, like to just store it in a nutshell.
Sure.
But right now
Yeah.
it's impossible to have a big plot and just sum up in something with a logical reasoning that why these things are happening. तो मुझे ऐसा
Yeah.
लग रहा है कि अगर ये थोड़ा सा फिल्मी थोड़ा सा उसको हटा देते और एक प्रॉपर चीज पे फोकस करते, जैसे जो अब हम नेक्स्ट रिव्यू करेंगे उसमें किया है कि दे वर वेरी क्लियर अबाउट उनको किस टॉपिक पे बात करनी है। अभी उन्होंने एक लॉयर दिखा दिया विच इज हेल्पलेस। So these kind of things, it happens in the movies. Like it has a big, मतलब duration तो आप आराम से कुछ भी वो कर सकते हैं ना, बता सकते हैं।
Mm.
Nashwa scenario, I think I was very happy with Tazeen Hussain, Faisal Rahman, Asim Asghar stuff, but not with Nashwa. It was a big upset.
Mm. Yeah, I hear you completely.
Who's the
The
director?
He is Saqib Khan. He directed a lot of films as well.
What's his name? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Saqib
Saqib
Khan.
Khan.
Saqib Khan. Okay.
He
ठीक है.
he has directed a movie which is Ghabrana Mana Hai. Sabak Ammar was starring in that.
I heard
I'm gonna
about that.
tag him to this
He
review.
is he is
Yeah.
very good with the movies. I mean, to be very honest, he's very good with the film. But this drama is not making sense.
Yeah, it started off very strongly, but now it's I can't I don't think they have a hold on the plot yet. So
But yet, the direction and the whole scenes and everything, this is phenomenal. The way they have shown the emotions and everything, this is great. No
yeah,
doubt.
I do
undoubtedly
want to
very good
appreciate
performances.
Fajar Sheikh,
Ah,
the
for
girl
the
who's
check,
who's
Vinish.
playing Binish. I
Yeah,
think she was phenomenal. Like
phenomenal.
her,
Yes,
she
yes,
overshadowed Namir too. I'm sorry, but she
yes.
did. Like I know people are like everyone's praising Namir, but no.
Not really. Yeah.
She like just the way she was holding the phone and then she threw it away. Like I actually jumped.
Yeah,
Like
and she kept
I was
calling her mother or the
yeah like
mother.
just it was
The
phenomenal,
sheer panic,
phenomenal.
and it was phenomenal. Even when she comes back home, when they
Oh
took
yeah,
away her
she is
baby,
brilliant. Fajar.
that panic attack on the bed with Nashwa was
Oh yeah,
excellent, very
excellent.
excellent.
Thank you.
All right, so on that note, we're gonna
We're
wrap
gonna
up our review of Qarz Jaan,
and then
and
and we're gonna see you guys again in with another review. All right, see you guys.
bye
Bye.
Love
bye.